Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Planet Alien here on YouTube. I'm Weird Little Alien. Hello. So, okay, Riverdale random thoughts, but I just thought of this. What if, because Ethel Muggs is already, creepy to me, and, I don't trust her at all, and clearly she's gonna play a big part in this season, and not to mention, in the preview for next episode, when she's like, are you ready to play? It's, really creepy and, serious, and, I'm a little, Jughead, what are you getting yourself into kind of thing? I'm just saying. But, so, what if, Ethel's whole seizure thing was just her and Evelyn's plan to make Betty believe that something bigger was at work, or something different was happening, or I don't know, I feel like Evelyn and Ethel are working together now, because I was thinking about it, and it's really, Ethel's creepy, and I don't trust her, and so she's creepy and stuff, so really, she could be working with Evelyn. It's not that far-fetched, considering she got somehow involved in this game. How did she even, meet Ben or Dilton? That just doesn't seem like a friendship that you would see. Even Ben and Dilton, they just met. And started playing this game and got into something way more serious than they ever expected, apparently. I don't know about Ethel. No, but, well, Ethel seems... Well, and Ethel could be playing us. Dude, we don't fucking know. But I just feel like Ethel and Evelyn are working together, and I feel like that whole seizure thing was fake, because, that was, a weird kind of seizure to have. I don't know, I've only seen my brother have them, and he's had just, normal ones, I guess. I don't know, just a regular one. And so I've never seen one where someone's eyes rolled in the back of their head, and their hand went like this, and then they, like, I just don't understand the hand part, and it kind of makes me think her and Evelyn are working together, and they're trying to play Betty and Jughead because he's involved in the investigating as well, but Evelyn really wants Betty also to join the farm because Alice and Polly already did, so she wants Betty to just accept them and come into their life and, listen to what they have to say, and it's no, Betty, no. No, no, no. I'm intrigued to see when Chick comes back into play, if he has anything to do with the farm, or I don't think he does, or if he's gonna try and come and help Betty. That'd be really cool. Even though Chick's creepy and I don't know, but it'd be really cool because yeah, I don't know. Charles ain't dead. I don't think he is. That story's just that kind of story. You don't just cut off like that. You don't just kill it like that. It has to be told. So I'm super excited. Yeah. So that's some random thoughts. If I have some more, I'll record them. But I just want to record that random thought. So. Okay, some more random thoughts about Riverdale and what exactly is going on in Season 3. Okay, so this Gargoyle King. Now, I'm not 100% sure he's actually something supernatural. I kind of feel like it's someone else, on stilts, or two people underneath it. I feel like it's probably someone on stilts, probably Edgar from the farm, because maybe it's connected somehow. But, and I'm going to read you, because in an interview, Roberto promised that the night would be full of mystery, talking about the flashback episode where all the kids are playing their parents. One of the things that the kids discover pretty early on is that the murder victims in the present were playing a game called Griffoes or whatever, Gargoyles. I'm sorry, I don't know what to fucking say. Wait, Griffoes and Gargoyles, I guess. Which is, of course, the Riverdale version of Dungeons and Dragons, of course. And what our kids in the present discover is that their parents, when they were in high school, were also playing this game. And there was a similar murder that happened in the past. Ooh. Okay, so there was a similar murder that happened in the past. Why do I feel like this is a game of Ouija board? This is a game of Ouija board that went wrong and someone ended up murdered. I'm just saying. No. But, okay, so clearly back in the day, because as we see from the preview for next episode, all the parents are together because now what's happening back in the past when they were kids is happening again now. And I'm curious as to, did they start what's happening now in the past, or was it already started and they just happened to have it happen in the past as well? You understand what I'm getting at? I hope so. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, so yeah. So the parents are somehow involved in this gargoyle king, whatever the hell he is, whether it's supernatural or not. I mean, I want to think it's something supernatural, something like not human, but at the same time, I kind of want to think it's someone just playing this kind of game because, like Roberto said, and I'm going to keep saying this because it sticks in my head. Every, ever since he said it, it's stuck in my head. But he said, what if everything that's happened in season 1 with Jason and everything that's happened in season 2 with the Black Hood is leading up to something bigger? And what if the farm, the cult, and this Gargoyle King or something bigger? What if this is what we were leading up to? What if all those little things, like, what if Jason Blossom's murder and those 4 deaths were all just pregame for the huge game that's at play right now? Because I don't, I personally think I don't know. See, I want to think that the farm, the cult, is involved with the Gargoyle King, but then again, this happened too in the past with the parents. So that's what I'm a little confused on, like how would it be connected if it happened in the past as well? Unless somehow Edgar knew the kids in the past, but then again, he wouldn't have been this cult leader, whatever you want to call him. So it kind of makes you question, like, is it connected? But, uh, so is it connected? Sorry, I was thinking of Ethel because she's just a creepy motherfucker who I also want to say something about her. But whatever, I don't know if these parents back in their day somewhat summoned something or played a game and got in too deep. I don't know how you play like a board game and it somehow leads to something way bigger. And it's just interesting, like, someone died while they were playing this game, basically, or someone died in the process, and it's like, who's this person that died? Was it one of their friends? Was it a random person? you know did they ever find the body? Like, is he really or she really dead? Like, it's these little questions that of course will be answered when the flashback episode comes, I'm sure. But I was just thinking of it, and I was like, I just don't know how the cult and the Gargoyle King add up. Because if the Gargoyle King was a thing back when the kids were present, back when the kids were, back when the parents were kids, then clearly it goes beyond the cult. Clearly it's something bigger than that. And it's just, like, I'm just so curious as to how a game leads into something so much more. And was it just a game that they were playing? Was this a game that Ben and them were just playing? I mean, Dilton was so freaked out. I don't think he was, like, looking for what he got. I think he stumbled upon it and his time was running out, and he had to tell someone, Jughead. Which breaks my heart that Jughead didn't have enough time to talk to him, which is understandable. I mean, come on, Archie Court, But still, I mean, he did die, so that does suck. And then Ben killed himself. And it's like, what happens to these kids? It's like, once they play this game and get into a certain amount, like, once they play this game and they get to that point where they're really deep in, it's like this Gargoyle King gets inside their head and starts making them believe in things. It's kind of like the Slender Man story, kind of, in a way, how these 2 girls believe that if they killed their friend, they'd get to go to this mansion and live with Slender Man. It's kind of like that in a way, Ben thinking, oh, he's going to go to this alternate universe. He's going to go to this kingdom, as it was called, But there is no such thing, But that's what they believe, except for Ethel, who seems to be very calm in all this. She is so playing everyone. She's playing everyone. Like, she's involved in this somehow. For all I know, she's part of the fucking cult and we just don't know it. But she's involved in this because, first off, she's the only one who's not dead. Second off, I mean, she hasn't tried to kill herself to go to the kingdom, Third, I mean, she's had a seizure that didn't really, like, at first I was like, maybe Evelyn was causing it, but now looking back, it's like, it looked kind of like fake, like it was, they were putting on a show for Betty. And of course, Evelyn's standing there. That's also part of the plan. So I just feel like Ethel's in deeper than we realize, and she's playing Betty and all them. Like, she's a creepy motherfucker. We all know it's true, okay? She's creepy. And I mean, her sitting at the table with the crown, it's like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know if maybe this game got like messed up her head like Ben and Dilton or what? Because I mean, Jesus, they tried to kill themselves. One succeeded, the other didn't, but then eventually killed himself. And it's just crazy. Like I, I'm just it's more than this game, but it's something in this game that is bringing out this Gargoyle King, or it's something around them. I don't know. It has to do with the game because in the when the parents were kids, it had to do with the game, and now with these kids, with Betty and all of them, it has to do with the game. So clearly, it has to be the game. Something with the game. Once you get to a certain part, something happens that you unleash this Gargoyle King, this player in the game that you think isn't real but is real. And I'm just so intrigued to see like the parents flashback because what exactly happened? You know, they were all playing this game. Where did it go wrong? What happened? What did they see? Did they see this Gargoyle King? Was it something different? You know, was it something that just it was not supernatural, it's just something that happened, you know, that something went wrong. But clearly it's something that is like alarming enough to where they're like, all right, we hate each other, most of us, but our kids are now getting involved in what we dealt with back when we were kids, and we have to help them and stop them and make sure they don't get in too deep. And I'm so fucking curious as to see what the fuck's going on. Another thing I just want to say, because I'm going to keep saying this, Charles is still alive. I don't believe he's dead, not one bit. Chick, I am so intrigued to see Chick come back. Like, I'm curious as to how Chick comes back to the fold, and like, I'm very curious as to what his storyline's gonna be for the season and how he comes into the fold. Um, Another thing, I'm still on. Okay, I know that Roberto said the Black Hood storyline's over with, but Hal Cooper's storyline is not. His storyline is not over with, which means he could have some play in this Gargoyle King. We don't know. He probably doesn't, to be honest. I don't think he does, but we never know. I mean, something bigger is at play here, much bigger than Jason Blossom's death and the Black Hood, much bigger than that. So Hal Cooper's storyline is still going on, but the Black Hood's done with. But it's like, dude, you have to explain how he got Midge alone, how no one saw him, how he held her up when he nailed her to the freaking thing, how no one heard her scream. I mean, he had to have had someone helping him, and how Chick was just sitting there creepy. Like, I think the writers did that on purpose to make it look like, oh, maybe Chick is involved. But then again, Chick got away from the Black Hood somehow. Him, really? He got away from the Black Hood. Really? Because, like I'll keep saying, I believe that Hal, I believe that Shake probably was working with Hal, the Black Hood, you know? And I believe that they planned this whole thing out, just like the whole Seven Sin and Archie and Betty thing. Hal planned that out. Same with this. Hal planned for Betty to give up Chick to show her that they are more alike than she likes to admit. And it is true because she kind of I mean, she gave up Chick, which is what he wanted her to do, but I don't really think he was ever going to kill him or catch him. I think that was just to show Betty, you're like me. So, yeah, because that still gets me to this day. Like, how the fuck did you do all that stuff with Midge? There's no way you did it by yourself. There's just no fucking way. Like, maybe that's it, you know, he did do it by himself, end of story, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And again, with the sheriff station, that didn't make sense either. But you know what? That fine, whatever. Come to your own conclusion, I guess. But it bothers me because there's like these unanswered questions. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And it's like I feel like with Riverdale, it's like sometimes they skip over really important details for other stuff that's not so important that I could do without, to be honest. Like I would rather know these little details about the storylines than have these scenes that I don't really care for or that don't need to be in the episode. Like, you know? So I just wanted to ramble on about that because the whole Hal Cooper, like his storyline's still going, so clearly there's something more to his past, more to his present, more to the future, and whatever else he's fucking planning behind bars, because I'm sure he's not done whatever he's doing because he's crazy. I mean, Paulie's more I think Paulie's just fucking nuts, to be honest. Like, she's just drank the Kool-Aid, she's gone for, she's this whole other person. Her mind is just completely warped. You know, it's gone for. I don't really think she's so much like her dad, because at first I thought, you know, she's more like Hal, but then which, I mean, she would have no problem killing someone. I don't think she would. And she had no reaction to finding out her dad's a serial killer. Like, it was no big deal to her, which is just, I mean, hello, your dad that raised you basically is a serial killer. But, oh no, that's not a big deal. Okay. But no, I was thinking Polly's more like Hal, and she is, but I think she's more just like a follower now in a cult, whereas Betty has the darkness that Hal does. I'm pretty sure all the Cooper kids do, but I think Betty is more like Hal. I think she has, I mean, I'm not saying she'd be the Black Hood or she'd want to kill people, no, but I do think she has the darkness in her that Hal does. It's just she wouldn't act upon it like he would, and she also wasn't raised like he was. But I think Polly, she has the darkness in her too, and is the type who would do what she thought was right, just like Hal did. He thought he was doing what was right in his head, and he still does. So I just think, that's something to think about. I don't know. So yeah, if you watched till the end, thank you. Sorry about rambling on. It's just Riverdale. I have a lot of things going on in my head. I'm processing a lot. I'm going over what happened last episode and like thinking about it and putting pieces together and just kind of rambling and seeing like what I think, and I guess we'll wait and see next episode what's going to happen. And then we got to wait until November for the flashback episode, which I am super psyched for. I can't wait. Like, I'm just so intrigued how a game starts all this and why now. It's odd that it happened now at the same time that this cult is coming into play. But is it connected? It seems that way, but at the same time it doesn't. But is it? Maybe it is. We don't know. Maybe it's all connected. Like Roberta said, maybe everything's connected. Maybe everything's building up to something bigger. And I guess that's what we'll have to wait and see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah,